Hello and welcome, I'm your host KB, and after what feels like forever, I'm back with another episode of KB's Thoughts. I have covered the Rocko's Modern Life property in a previous retrospective episode, and in that video I mentioned just how much I love the original series. I also mentioned in the video the upcoming movie and how I was eagerly awaiting its release. And finally, after a year or more, Rocko's Modern Life Static Cling is finally available on Netflix, and having just finished watching it, I was definitely not disappointed. Now, I say movie as I believe it was originally announced to be a movie, but it's more of a TV special, as the runtime is 45 minutes. Although not the feature length I had hoped for, there is plenty of great material packed into this 45 minutes, with great nods to the original series, so I didn't find myself being disappointed by the shorter runtime. I'm going to avoid spoilers here, as I highly suggest anyone who's a fan of the original series must go and give this a watch. We start off with Rocko, Filbert and Heifer stuck in space after some sort of a mishap with a Conglomo rocket. After living in space for 20 years, we find the trio are perpetually stuck in the 90s. They return to Earth in the modern day, and Rocko struggles to deal with the changes of this new modern life, specifically the cancellation of his favourite show, The Fatheads. The special, like the original series did, does a great job at spoofing modern cultural trends, from iPhones to vlogging, all while retaining the look and feel of the original series. As opposed to other reboots or reimaginings, this special feels like a brand new episode of Rocko's Modern Life. The special speaks to this point specifically as Rocko rallies behind a reboot of his beloved Fatheads, and how the success of a reboot can rely on the creative forces behind it. And with this special, you can tell it was crafted with love, retaining the creative force behind the original series from the likes of Joe Murray down to the voice cast. The special looks, sounds, and feels like an extension of the original show, and the team behind it did a fantastic job putting this together. The way they've managed to pull this off, considering the passage of time from the 90s to now, while also addressing the passage of time in the special itself, is really quite amazing. In my opinion, this is a reboot done perfectly. While I did enjoy the more recent Hey Arnold movie, that didn't necessarily feel to me like an extension of the original series, but more so its own entity. But Static Cling definitely feels like the original series, but just continued in the modern era, which in this day and age of constant reboots is a very rare experience and one that I thoroughly enjoy.
It's genius!
Seeing the great job that Nickelodeon did with this special has got me excited for potential future Nickelodeon reboots, with shows like Rugrats, Invader Zim, and Clarissa Explain It All being rumoured for potential revivals in the future. While I don't know if there's any plans to continue the Rocko property with future specials, I'm perfectly satisfied with the one we've got, but I would happily watch any more if they continue to make them. Well, that does it for this episode of KB's Thoughts. Thanks for watching. Please go and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.